it's Emily and this is my September TBR. So I'm feeling very positive about this coming reading month. I feel like I can achieve lots, hopefully. I did have a mini slump during this month, August. However, I feel like I'm on the up and making a lot more progress in my reading recently. Apologies that the lighting is bad. It's getting late in the evening and it's overcast, but I've just got back from work, so sorry. So this month I will be participating in a number of readathons, bookoplathon and Touch of Whimsy readathon, so that's just two, not really that big of a number. So how I'm going to be doing this video is I'm going to do my rolls like normal for Serpents and Stairways, which is my TBR game that I play every month. Then I'm going to roll for bookoplathon and hopefully double up the books for the two games, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and then I'm going to fit in as many books for Touch of Whimsy readathon throughout that as well, so fingers crossed it will all go well. What can I say? A girl can hope. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how I did in my challenges last month. I didn't do too well. I still need to complete two, and I know I won't complete either of the two before the end of the month by the time I'm filming this, because I'm reading another book at the moment that wasn't on my TBR, but I'm loving it, so that's what matters. But because I did not complete these challenges, I did a punishment book. They're just books on my bookcase that have been there for a while. Here's a little clip of me telling you about the pick. So I'm just going to jump in here to do my punishment tin because it's 27th now of August, and because I still have two books to read for my challenges, and one of them's quite chunky, so I don't think I'll be completing my challenges this month. So I'm going to take the L and get out my punishment tin. I say it's punishment tin, it's just books that have been on my TBR for the longest, or just random books on my TBR that I may not have thought of, just to add as an extra book that I have to read next month. So yeah, let's just shake it up. I'm actually so nervous. I haven't updated this in a while, so it's going to be like an old book. It's literally been on my TBR for so long. I forgot to say, please excuse this. My hair is a mess and I just wanted to get it out of my face. I literally look like I've just walked out of a like 80s 90s boy band. Love that for me. But yeah, so I've got one. Okay, All of the Above, I believe that's by Juno Dawson. I'll just go get it. So it's All of the Above by Juno Dawson. It's not a long one, hopefully it won't take me too long. I've had this years and years though, this copy. Oh, there's like little illustrations in it. Okay, maybe there was just one. But yeah, so I'm excited to read this. I don't actually know what it's about, so I'll quickly read the back to you. It would be neater, wouldn't it, if this was a story about self-harm or sexuality or eating disorders or ridiculously hot bass players, but it's a story about all of them. Yeah, it's a mess, and it's about to get messier. When 16-year-old Toria moves to the faded seaside town of Brompton-on-Sea, she doesn't expect to fall in love once, let alone twice. But life has a habit of pulling you in strange directions, and when it comes to the matter of the heart, sometimes you just have to let go, be free, and let love choose you. So yeah, from what I've read in the past, Juno Dawson does write really well for like representing like mental health. Excited to get to that. I'm actually quite happy with this one. Finally get it off my TBR. Yeah, even Patrick Ness has blurbed it, and so that must mean it's good, because I love Patrick Ness. What? Shocker! I didn't even spot that there. Oh well, oh great. So that's my punishment tin book that I have to read, as well as my 5 rolls. So as you have just seen, All of the Above is on my TBR for the next month because I didn't complete my challenges. Way! Off to a great start. So now on to the rolls. Roll number 1. 5. Ooh. So as you just saw, roll number 1 gave me middle grade. I'm very happy about this because I'm going to be partaking in a Touch of Whimsy readathon, and so I was very happy when middle grade came up, and for that prompt I've picked, upside down, The Bigfoot Files by Lindsay Eager. I'm just going to read you the back of it because I feel like that's going to explain it a bit more, because I've just tried to explain it and I did awfully. The Loch Ness Monster, the Frogman, Bigfoot. Miranda used to believe in them all, used to love poring over every strange footprint, every stray hair. But that was before her mother's obsession with monsters lost Miranda her friends and her perfect school record, before she found the unopened bills. Now it's embarrassing and it could cost them everything, so when Miranda agrees to go on one last creature hunt, she's determined to use all her scientific know-how to prove to her mother once and for all that Bigfoot isn't real. But what if? So yeah, very excited for this. I love reading things about Bigfoot and like stuff like that. So yeah, that's my middle grade pick for that role. So the next one gave me free choice and I'm so happy. So I've decided for this one, I've picked Truly Madly Like Me by Jo Watson. This I have on NetGalley. I'm so excited. It's her newest release. I only got approved, I think I got approved like 2 or 3 days after it came out. But I'm honestly so excited to read it. I love everything that I've ever read by Jo Watson. She's my favourite romance author, as you might have seen in my If I Could Only Choose One tag video. And so for my free choice, I thought, you know what, 1, it gets it off my NetGalley list, and 2, I pretty much am sure I'm going to love it because it's Jo Watson and I love everything by her that I've ever read. So yeah, that's that one. So as you just saw, roll number 3 gave me new author, and for that I have picked You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. But me and Chloe over at Books and Psychology are going to be buddy reading it, I think from the 7th of September, so I'm very excited to do that with her. I also have the audiobook on Scribd if I need it, but I'm sure I won't because these are the kind of books that I fly through anyway. I'll read what's on the back. Liz has always believed she's too black, too poor and too awkward to shine. She's planned an escape route from her small town via an uber elite college but has no money to get there, until she's reminded of her school's scholarship for prom king and queen. Liz fears the spotlight, but she must face the gauntlet of social media trolls and catty competitors. The only thing that makes it halfway bearable is the new girl in school, Mac. She's smart, funny and just as much of an outsider as Liz, but Mac is also running for queen. Will falling for the competition keep Liz from her dreams, or make them come true? So yeah, I'm very excited to read this, and I got sent it by the lovely Ness over at Wonderland for winning her like Twitter giveaway, so can't wait to dive into this. So roll number 4 gave me fantasy, and for that I have picked The Secret of the Wildwood by Tonka Dracht. This is the sequel to The Letter for the King, which I read I think in July, and this is set in like kingdoms, and the first book was about a letter for the king, funnily enough, because that's what it's called. It's about this boy called Churi. He's about to become a knight, however they have this vigil the night before they're like knighted, where they have to all sit in this room and they're not allowed to answer the door and they're not allowed to speak. And then the next day when they're like collected, then they have their like knighting ceremony. However, during the night, someone knocks on the door really like persistently, and Churi opens up the door and breaks his like rules to become a knight, and even though it's what is really wanted, he feels like it's urgent, so he opens the door and this man's like, you have to get this to the knight with the white shield. And so he then takes his horse and goes off on this journey to make sure this letter gets to the king. And this follows the events of the last book, Churi on his adventures in the Wildwood, I assume. This has been translated into English from, I think, Dutch. But yeah, and I love the cover, and it's like so shiny, and oh, that's this one for fantasy. What? And finally, roll number 5 gave me a series, as you just saw, and for that I picked Warleggen by Winston Graham, which is the 4th book in the Poldark series. I haven't read a Poldark book since I think January. I think that was the last time I read Jeremy Poldark. I am really enjoying the series, and I've just started rewatching the show again and loving it. And I just love being in like the whole Cornwall world, and just the Ross I find funny. Sorry, my dad's mowing the lawn, that's all the noise is. So this follows the events of Jeremy Poldark, and which is 1972 to 1973, so over the course of like 1 or 2 years. I decided I'm not going to tell it to you because it has loads of spoilers for like the first 3 books. but Ross Poldark, which is the first book in the series, is about a guy called Ross Poldark. He just comes back from fighting in America in the late 1700s, and he was captain, and he comes back to find that the woman he loved while he was away married his cousin, because apparently they all thought he was dead. And so he lives on this farm on his own until he kind of stumbles upon this young girl, Jamelza, and they marry, and I guess things go from there. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I've not done the story justice there, but if you haven't watched the TV adaptation, you should also do that, with Aidan Turner and Eleanor Tomlinson in, which is very, very good. So that's it for the 5 roles. I'm now going to talk about the 5 roles I did for bookoplathon on the mini Bookopoly board. So I'm going to try and double up the books on these roles with the books that I did for my other game roles, where I can. So yeah, let's just jump on into the first roles. So role number 1 gave me a dark cover, and for that I have gone for All of the Above by Juno Dawson. It was already my punishment book, so I thought this fitted rather well without adding another book to the equation. So I've had this on my TBR for years, I think since 2016. That might be a wild number that I've pulled out of my head, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when I got this book. And I've met Juno Dawson a couple of times, and she's lovely, so yeah, I feel like I need to read this now. Moving on to role number 2, I got poll picks, so I put up a poll on Twitter with 4 options: the Polar Bear Explorers Club, You Should See Me in a Crown, Warleggen, and Sparkling Cyanide. And as you can see from the screenshot, You Should See Me in a Crown won. I'm really excited about this because it's just going to be a really fun reading experience. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. I don't know what I'm on about now. Let's just move on to role number 3. So role number 3 gave me fire on the cover, and I literally had like no books that had fire on the cover. I went through like all GOODREADS and everything, and so Becca said in her video you can go for like red, orangey, yellowy colours as well, so that's what I've done. And so for fire on the cover, I've got The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I got this for my birthday from my aunt, and yeah, I have the audiobook out from the library on my phone right now. I'm just excited to like read it. I know it's going to be totally bonkers, but I am here for it. I don't even know what it's about. I just saw it in the library and thought, oh, that could be fun. That's not too long either, so I can read it. It could be a laugh. And so here I am with it in my own possession now too, because I got given it. So yeah, that's my fiery cover. So role number 4 gave me nature on the cover, and so for that I've picked up The Bigfoot Files by Lindsay Eager. I talked about this earlier, but as you can see there is lots of nature. It's basically all like leaves all around this Bigfoot outline, so that works perfectly, and it's the right colours, and I think it's just a very beautiful cover, if I'm being absolutely honest with you. I think it's very, very nice. So yeah, that's what I've gone for nature on the cover. Yes. What? I have gone insane. I've been up since very early to get to work. Moving on to the final role. 11 again. Oh my god. So, as you just saw, I got randomised my TBR, which I was like not expecting at all. I was really hoping not to get that. So here's a little clip of me doing the random number generator and picking the book. So yes, All the Little Lights by Jamie Maguire is finally coming off my TBR, hopefully this month. I've got the audiobook for this as well, so hopefully that will get me through it, motivate me to read it. Because I've had this a while. I did a video ages ago, I don't think it's on my channel anymore, but I did a video where like Siri picked the books I bought on Amazon. So I had some gift vouchers for Amazon for my birthday, and I had enough to buy like 3 books. So I asked Siri to pick a random number and we worked it out, and anyway, it was a fun video, and this was one of the books that it picked for me. And I still don't even know really what it's about, so I'm just going to quickly read out the back to you. The first time Elliot Youngblood spots Catherine Calhoun. He's just a boy with a camera, and he's never seen a sadder and more beautiful sight. Both Elliot and Catherine feel like outcasts, yet they find an easy friendship with each other. But when Catherine needs him most, Elliot is forced to leave town. Elliot finally returns, but he and Catherine are now different people. He's a star high school athlete, and she spends all her free time working at her mother's mysterious bed and breakfast. Catherine hasn't forgiven Elliot for abandoning her, but he's determined to win back her friendship and her heart. Just when Catherine is ready to fully trust Elliot, he becomes the prime suspect in a local tragedy. Despite the town's growing suspicions, Catherine clings to her love for Elliot, but a devastating secret that Catherine has buried could destroy whatever chance of happiness they have left. So yeah, this is... I feel like it's just gotten really dark. Anyway, this is the book that I will be reading for my randomised bookoplathon book. And finally, that is it for like new roles. I'm just going to quickly talk about the books that I've chosen for Touch of Whimsy readathon, and I think there's 4 like bookish prompts, and then the other prompts are like have a snack, have a hot drink, have a cosy reading night. So the first one is a book set in another world. For that I've picked The Secrets of the Wildwood, which is set in some kingdoms. Can't remember what the kingdoms are called. There was a map in the front of the last one, so maybe I'll get a map in the front of this one. No map in this one. Let me quickly find out the kingdom names. So the two main kingdoms in the book is the Kingdom of Vanawan and the Kingdom of Dagonaut. They're not real, so that counts for that prompt. The next prompt is to read an aesthetically pleasing book, and I was kind of split between 2 because both of these I find beautiful, but I thought there's more chance of me reading this, I guess, this month because it fits more prompts, I guess, because you can double up for this readathon. And I just love this cover. I said it earlier, it's really getting dark, isn't it? I just love the shiny gold and like the illustrations. The illustrations are drawn, I think, by the author. Illustrations feature throughout the book as well, and they're beautiful, so definitely an aesthetically pleasing book. I don't know why I just put that book down, because the next prompt is a book you think you'll love, and I think I will love The Secrets of the Wildwood because I loved the first one. And I'm sure the sequel lives up to the first one, hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, very excited to get to this. I'm probably going to read it very soon, at the beginning of the month. Probably before my buddy read with Chloe, so yes, whoop 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 whoop, I don't know what I'm doing. Then finally the last prompt is Dark and Mysterious Book. I could have put this one as well because it's about the secrets of the Wildwood, which is like a mysterious wood that they go explore. However, I decided to go for the Bigfoot Files just to fit this onto the readathon TBR somehow, purely because is Bigfoot real? Is it not? That's a whole mystery in itself. Like, strange. Bigfoot is strange. It's unknown to like humans, etc. Like, it's a interesting thing. So that works. Yeah. I have one more book to mention, and that is The Chain. I can't remember the author. So my book club book for this month is The Chain. So I'll also be fitting that into my already big TBR. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon with a new video. Bye!